Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 2 of cybersecurity in the ancient world. When thinking of communication security systems, we often think of computer systems, banks, and secret services like the FBI and CIA. Yet, the ancient Greeks and Romans knew everything about hiding secrets and securing confidential information too. In this series of 10 videos, we will discuss 10 examples of secret communication in the Greco-Roman world from the 8th century BCE to the 4th century CE. We will see the Spartans and Caesar going to war. But also cipher codes, invisible ink, love letters, and ultimately, someone carrying his own death sentence without knowing. When and why did the Greeks and Romans use secret communication? What secrets did they hide from their enemies? We will see this and much more in this series. So welcome back to cybersecurity in the ancient world. Episode 2, Slaves and Animals from Herodotus Histories. In the second episode, we go from the 8th century BCE, where we started last time, to the 5th century BCE to see Herodotus. Herodotus was an ancient Greek historian and geographer from the Greek city of Halicarnassus in modern Turkey. Herodotus was the first writer to perform systematic investigation of historical events that he published in his work, The Histories. Histories stands as one of the earliest accounts of the rise of the Persian Empire in the 7th century BCE. As well as the events and causes of the Greco-Persian Wars between the Persian Empire and the Greek city-states in the 5th century BCE. Herodotus portrays the conflict as one between the forces of slavery, that is, the Persian invaders, on the one hand, and freedom, that is, the confederacy of Greek city-states, which united against the invaders, on the other hand. Hiding secrets was important when the Persian enemies and oppressors were nearby. Therefore, Herodotus tells us about at least 4 situations in which secret messages were sent to fool despotic rulers like Darius the Great. These 4 situations will be discussed here in episode 2 and 3. Today we start in episode 2 with 2 examples that are set in Persia and that involve the use of animals and slaves to send secret messages. Let's start with the first story about Harpagus and Cyrus. One of the histories, Herodotus tells us that political intrigue and feuding among the Persians once prompted the Median general Harpagus to plot against his king Astyages. This was to seek revenge for the murder of Harpagus' son by the king. Harpagus therefore plotted to assist the Persian prince Cyrus against Astyages in a coup d'etat. Having garnered support from the Median nobles, Harpagus sent word to Cyrus through a message hidden in a very curious place, as we will see in a moment. This was because the plot obviously had to remain a secret since all the roads were guarded. This curious place was a hair. The message was literally hidden in a hair. And the hair was presented to Cyrus as a gift by one of Harpagus' slaves. After receiving the gift, Cyrus cut open the hair and read the message. He acted upon Harpagus' advice to rally the Persians against the Medes. And with the help of Harpagus, Cyrus was victorious, and Astyages was captured. Let us have a look at this message hidden in a hair. Last time we saw Bellerophon carrying his own death sentence hidden in a sealed writing tablet. What we saw there was an account of a secret private message sent from King Proteus to King Eubates in a sealed tablet. When a message is hidden without the use of any coding, we speak of steganography. Hiding a message is the simplest form of securing confidential communication. This example of the message in the hair is another example of steganography, since the complete message is hidden and therefore invisible. We now go to the second story, about Histiaeus and Aristagoras. Harpagus was not the only one in Persia who wanted to revolt against his king. In Book 5 of the Histories, we read about Aristagoras, who was tyrant of the Greek city of Miletus. Aristagoras once launched a joint expedition with the Persian satrap Artaxerxes to conquer Naxos to bolster his political position. The mission was a debacle, and Herodotus reports that, sensing his imminent removal as a tyrant, Aristagoras chose to invite the whole of Ionia into rebellion against the Persian king Darius the Great. This rebellion started with Histiaeus, who was father-in-law to Aristagoras. He decided to send word to his son-in-law to revolt against King Darius. Therefore, Histiaeus shaved the head of his most trusted slave and tattooed a secret message on it, urging Aristagoras to revolt against King Darius. Histiaeus then waited for the slave's hair to grow back, and subsequently he sent the men to Aristagoras in Miletus, instructing him to let Aristagoras shave his head again for the message to become visible. Aristagoras then shaved the slave's head again, read the message, and started the revolt against King Darius. What a poor guy, that tattooed slave. It shows that slaves in the ancient world were literally seen as objects instead of people. Objects that could be used for anything and everything. And also, this must have been such a time-consuming method. Histiaeus had to shave the slave's head, tattoo the message on it to revolt, wait for the hair to grow back again, then send the slave to Aristagoras, let Aristagoras shave the slave's head again, and then finally Aristagoras could say the message. It must have taken ages, and one wonders how soon Histiaeus wanted the revolt to start. summarize and conclude what we saw today. Last time we discussed the story of the mythical hero Bellerophon. Now we have seen two examples of real situations in warfare in which secret messages were sent when roads were guarded and enemies were nearby. In both examples, a despotic leader was overthrown by a simple hidden message. We saw Harpagus, who urged Prince Cyrus to revolt against the Persian king Astyages by a message hidden in a hair. And then we saw Hestiaeus urging Aristogoras to revolt against the Persian king Darius by a message tattooed on a slave's head. Interestingly, slaves, who were seen as the lowest class in society, played an important role in delivering these messages. And this is perhaps the cleverest element of the stories. No one would suspect a slave to carry a message to revolt against the king. Yet here in the stories it happened twice. So, even though the slaves were literally used as objects to carry the messages, they played a crucial role in the start of two revolutions in the Persian Empire. This was episode 2. Thank you again for watching. What do you think about this episode? Do you want to know more about Herodotus? Or do you want to share anything else? Feel free to contact me for any comments, suggestions, etc. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And do you want to know more about communication security in ancient Greece and Rome? Then stay tuned for our next episode on Herodotus, again, where we'll see a cunning Spartan and a Greek betraying his fellow Greeks. So stay tuned for the next one. Thank you and goodbye. Feel free to contact me and have a good day.